You know when there's food involved, Chevelle puts his mouth on everything.
Ew. Can we get drops from the show?
That would be fantastic. Yes. From a top secret installation at Area 50-something, it's the new Around Midnight.
I think you need a teleprompter.
A new teleprompter? Why is that?
There's an app for that. Want me to pull it up?
No, that's all right. We're back. It's another Friday night. As a matter of fact, it is Friday, July the 7th. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. You got the local boys right here. I am Joe Carbonetta. I've got CJ Devine sitting right here and Todd Fluker, who we affectionately just call Fluker.
Yo,
say hi, guys.
What up?
Hi, guys.
Yeah,
Really?
What up tonight,
What?
guys?
Normally, you don't even have my mic open, so this is a tremendous step
I was
in
turning
the right
over
direction.
a new leaf for you.
I appreciate it. Normally, it's like...
That's exactly why I don't normally start out with your mic open.
It's better that way.
Anyway, Friday, July the 7th. Again, hope you had a great, safe 4th of July. I still have all my fingers. I'm pretty sure that CJ has all of his. Todd?
I mean, yeah.
You got all your fingers? Yeah, you're good?
we're good.
You guys had good 4th of July?
All the appendages.
Yeah, it was working.
Accounted for.
And we're coming to you kind of new tonight. As you can see, our show is ever evolving. Last week we were streaming on Facebook. Tonight we hit the big time. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know. I might be offending the
not quite the big time.
Facebook people. But
Yeah.
we're actually streaming
Mark's
on
gonna
YouTube
shut us off.
tonight. We are streaming on YouTube, and there's more to come. However, we're doing a special abbreviated episode. We're only going to be on for an hour tonight. If you remember last week, we actually toughed it out for 2. But I guess CJ's got someplace to be tonight, so we're going to be a little bit short this evening. Anyway, we do have lots to talk about, so stay tuned. We also have one other new addition. By the way, I'll be back up again. You can like us, and please do like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. But we now actually have incorporated the ability to take a phone call, one phone call at a time.
Whoa. We're going to attempt to take a phone
That's
call.
true.
Don't make any promises.
That's really true. Hey, do we have the number up there right now? I'm going to give it to you.
Number's there.
951-356-6882.
You can
Come on.
point to it right
Yeah.
here.
You
Can
gotta,
I can point to it
No,
right here?
come on.
I can't see that. Back in the day, we had the high-tech special effect, but I can't do that anymore because
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
working.
actually see it. But
That's what-
yeah, it's
no,
951-356-6882.
It's here, right? It's here?
What
No.
are you? Yeah, what finger is he using?
951-356-6882.
No, that's not working.
All right. So, guys, first of all, you guys had a good week?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is over now, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's over.
Wow, it's Friday.
It
already,
is
man.
over.
Good grief. It's July already. What's up with that?
I don't know.
No.
Well,
No?
okay.
Okay.
So
It's worth a shot.
I don't know about you guys, but I was a little disturbed by the idea that Disneyland is changing the Pirates of the Caribbean yet again. No, it's the Caribbean.
Caribbean.
I mean,
It's the Caribbean.
they've made movies about this, right? A bunch of them.
Caribbean.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. But they're actually they're trying to further politically correct this last bastion.
So what was the last change they made?
Yeah, it's not like they haven't done this before.
They took out the thing where they were chasing the women around.
Right,
And
right,
they
right,
removed that. And now...
Well, they didn't even remove it. They just kind of adjusted it.
Well, now they're chasing the food instead of the
yeah,
women or something
women
like
are
that.
like holding food.
Yeah.
And then it's even more hurtful because there's the one fat chick that used to be chasing, because all the pirates were chasing the skinny chicks, but then there was the one fat chick who was trying to chase the pirate.
Yes.
So then that makes it even more hurtful that the fat chick is just chasing him because he's holding a sandwich or something. You're like, dang.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Oh, wow.
So now they are removing the scene where they are selling the wenches as brides.
Isn't Johnny Depp in that one now? They can't get rid of that one.
Well, they're doing away with it because evidently it is like human trafficking. And Disney doesn't want to be connected with that because they're a family operation.
Okay. Oh, gosh. I want to dig into the Disney conspiracies because it seems very ironic that Disney is against human trafficking. With all of the nightmarish stories you hear about kids disappearing at Disneyland every year.
So, wait.
That should be like every ride.
Back up the truck here.
You haven't heard that?
What are you talking about? Kids
man.
disappearing at
Go
Disneyland.
missing from there all the time. They talk about the underground tunnels and all this other
How
stuff.
can you blame them for that?
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying. I spent a lot of time on the internet in the early
Even
days.
if that were in fact the case, I hear Disneyland is a great place. I love it there.
Well, wait. I want to back up just 1 second. So, in your conspiracy world, where are these missing children going to? They're apparently the Lost Boys from Pinocchio.
Human trafficking.
They're
That's
the
pretty
Lost
much
Boys
what it
from
is.
Pinocchio. Is that what you're saying, that Pinocchio is
I'm not
real?
familiar enough with Pinocchio. I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
All the kids that don't want to listen to their parents
Okay.
and they get the Lost
Full
Boys.
disclosure, not a huge Disney fan.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So.
Sorry.
So okay, well, human trafficking. Where are they going? This is what I want to know. See, this sounds like some stuff for what's that guy's name on Coast to Coast, that AM show?
Yeah.
Where
are
are
you
they
looking
going?
at me and asking about some AM radio thing?
Well, no, I was talking to you about him. Is what I was doing.
Yeah, because Todd's all about that AM talk radio.
Yeah.
What's the name of that guy on the AMs?
Todd's like, AM? Wait, AM, PM? What are you talking about?
You mean broadcast over the air terrestrial
like,
anything?
Is there an old man behind me
That's what
that
they
you're
call
looking
me,
at?
Digital Todd. I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean the guy that stands up to pump 3 over there?
Yeah.
What do you-
All right. So again, where are these kids going to?
I don't know where they're
where's
going.
Disney
That's
shipping
why it's a
them?
conspiracy.
Okay. So
Okay.
So
They might end up inside the little costumes and
that
whatnot.
probably happens anywhere children congregate from time to time.
I-
I remember
look.
hearing about people. It was like
you
a
mean
big
like schools?
Yeah, schools. Where I remember hearing there was a big story about Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
And about kids or fights constantly happening between adults at Chuck E. Cheese. And I think it was actually an episode of what's that podcast?
Was it on AM? I don't know.
It's a podcast. Something people actually listen to.
What did he say?
So not this show then.
No, not at all. A good one. A good podcast.
Oh my goodness.
That hurts, Todd.
Now, the name isn't coming to me. The one that's all about like the Economist talks about stuff. But yeah, he was crunching the numbers and actually going through and like saying how many police incidents are called to this Chuck E. Cheese versus any other place where people congregate. It's not anything more. It's just that people are like, oh, it's happening at Chuck E. Cheese. This is a place where kids are supposed to come and have fun.
Well, that's better than going to that late night McDonald's down there where the homeless people are constantly getting into fights down in L.A.
Oh yeah, bum fight McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. Bum fight McDonald's.
That's a thing.
That is. Apparently, it happens on a nightly basis. But anyway, so all right, what do you think about Disney trying to politically correct the Pirates of the Caribbean?
I think there is a place for that.
Uh-huh.
Disneyland is trying to be the happiest place on earth.
Well, so wait, what's next? Is the Haunted Mansion too scary for kids?
They actually did that already. They dumbed it down already because it was too scary.
And yet they keep charging me more money to walk
Yes,
in
they
the
do.
gate every year.
Not
But
only
they're
that, but now they
destroying
have multiple
everything
parks
from
and
my
you gotta
childhood.
pay separate for each one. And that's after you already paid the $50 to park.
All right, and you, Todd, do you like this idea that they're getting rid of everything?
Oh, that is me. Jeez.
All right, we lost Todd.
He's trying to be technical over here.
Okay, so switching gears completely. Now, Facebook, and it's interesting that we bring this up because we actually are on YouTube tonight, but Facebook has thrown their hat into the ring of generating their own television programming. They want to be like YouTube, like Amazon, like just about everybody else now, even the local boys. And so is this like, are we looking at the death of terrestrial television?
Well, there's some that say it already died. That's why all terrestrial TV shows and TV stations, channels, all have websites. And that's why they all are trying to monetize their content. So when you have somebody like HBO and NBC, Universal's been in Hulu for a long time. I think it's Universal and Fox, right?
Yeah.
So they've all seen this coming, and they are just doing their best to cash out because nobody's watching TV anymore. I just don't. It's going to be interesting to see how they try to make the money work.
Well, I wouldn't say nobody's watching TV anymore. I think Todd still watches a lot of TV.
Oh yeah, way too much.
But do
TV.
you tune in to a channel to watch TV? No. I mean, I do because I'm cheap and I don't have cable.
and to that end, I say that
And you know what's
television
crazy?
can't go away
It-
because
it
there
can.
are cheap people who can't afford cable.
Well, the one thing that television is best for is news, because that's something you can get over cable, but cable news can't do local news. So for local news, you still have to have that terrestrial television because you can still go live. It's live immediately in the area that you're in. So if there's an emergency or something like that happens, then you have access to it, and you don't have to go look for some kind of app you have to download.
Right.
Check your service to make sure that you've maintain your subscription and all that.
Agreed.
I think people do use Twitter for that.
Yeah, well, yes, but if you have like cell phone networks and all that stuff go down, if it's going through the air, those towers up on Mount Wilson, I think, are probably going to be the last thing standing. And they have had situations where they will literally drive up to the tower. If when it all really hits the fan,
Yeah.
they just go plug right into it and go live from there.
Well, okay.
Take
so
that and combine it with like ham radio. Who uses ham radio anymore?
So I'm saying that television
Everybody
can't go
when the
away
zombie apocalypse.
from. Yeah, I'm saying that television can't go away because of the cheap people. You're saying television can't go away because of the broadcast news.
Yeah. That's the
Although-
only thing anybody really looks
Although
at
the
it
Trump
for.
administration is working hard to defeat that too, because according to Trump and his minions, everything is fake news anymore, and there's
This is
really no
true.
point in it anyway.
There's
And to that end, what about Trump putting the head, you're replacing the head of a guy with the CNN logo and attempting to pummel that on? He tweeted this earlier this week.
meh.
You don't see the problem with this because
No, I don't see the problem with this.
The
Trump
news
is the first
media,
human president we've had in
the
a long
journalists
time.
are sitting there saying, "Oh, this is a threat against all of journalism, and it's a direct assault on broadcast news."
Okay, let me pause you right there. Hold on.
Okay, all right, I'm listening.
I'm trying to force out a tear.
I'm glad you said it was a tear. I was afraid he was trying to force something else out over there.
Yeah, it's not working. You know what? News reporters and all these other people, they're the same ones who, as a part of their job, routinely and habitually will attack anybody, completely baselessly, oftentimes. So now that it's coming back on them, all of a sudden they're going to get sensitive?
So what do you think about that whole idea that Trump was suggesting that several news organizations were only using a single source and not even checking credibility?
I
you think
100%
that
believe
journalism
that
has
to be
really
true.
gone in that direction?
Absolutely. I know it for a fact that for most story, if you watch all those news channels,
I'm wondering what fact he's alluding to.
well, I
because
produced a local news show, and I
see,
get
that's
the
what I was
same,
afraid of.
I get the
Okay,
same press briefs that a lot of these other broadcast stations do. When they need a story, they basically, and a lot of them are really crass about it. They don't even bother to rewrite it and put it in their own words. They will literally read verbatim whatever the press release says, and because they're in such a hurry to be the first one to do it, they don't do the fact check. That's what got what's his name fired. When he said Bush lied or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot his name.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of it either. But
Cronkite?
that's because
No,
I'm
Cronkite.
Cronkite's
He
been
was
gone
like
for
from
a
the
long,
80s.
long time. 80s? Try the 70s, man.
Was it the 70s? I don't remember.
Okay, back
I'm
up
tired.
though. So does your news organization do its own due diligence? Do they fact check, or do they just
Yes,
run with the press releases
absolutely.
also?
And the reason for that is because we train reporters, so we want them to know how to do it right. Now, when they go wherever they're going and somebody's paying a check and says, "Shut up and just read this press release," that's fine. But when they get there, we expect them to know what they're doing.
I see.
So even if they do get a press release, if there's a contact number, call that contact number and talk to
That was
somebody.
a really
or you don't
good
do it.
PC answer. So I see you've
I mean-
learned from last week's story about you checking out that 22 that you're just not going to throw yourself under the bus again.
I almost pulled it out of the closet again. I see. I have this other problem, like I need anymore, where this time it won't happen that way. Nobody else does that.
No.
Like you try something and it
Isn't
fails
that the
miserably.
definition of crazy? When you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different
it
outcome?
might be different.
exact
Because
definition.
I've talked with you guys about this before, about why, like, when I have food that's disgusting, I'll continue to eat it because the next bite, I'm
could
sure
be
it's going to
good.
be the good bite.
Yeah,
The next one.
You got through the moldy part.
Yeah, you might as well keep going at that point.
No, I've just been using my head like you said. I don't like it. It hurts.
You have the longest sound bites on the planet, man. That is insane.
Can't cut Beast Boy short.
I guess not.
No, definitely not. Especially when it's so apropos, in the conversation that we're having here.
Who's Poe?
What?
What Poe?
Don't make me go for the button again.
Which Pope?
Anyway, okay, so you don't see it as being an assault on journalism, or
No,
let me
you know what?
rephrase it.
Yes,
You
I
don't see the
do.
problem with the assault on journalism.
No,
and
I
that's,
don't see
think
the
that's
problem.
a more.
I don't see the problem. Granted, he is the president. He should definitely exercise a little more decorum. But Donald Trump is ultimately, when all is said and done, at the end of the day, he is a reflection of America. Period. For both the people that love him and the people that hate him. Because the people that hate him actually do the exact same things that they hate him about. Now, they're not grabbing him in the, whatnot.
In the biscuits.
But the animosity that drives Trump's attacks, they use that exact same level of animosity when they're attacking him. You can't do that. Like, if you're going to come at me and talk about how he should be this and that and somebody should
But
do
you don't
all this
think
nonsense.
that there's a certain level of decorum that
Absolutely,
the highest
I
office in the
believe
land
that.
is supposed to exercise, and his attitude, that is the president's attitude, should be something more like, I'm rubber and you're glue, and whatever
I don't
say
believe
bounces
that.
off
I don't
of me.
believe that
No,
necessarily.
you think he
No,
can debase
and
himself
let me-
to the same level
no,
as everybody
I'm not
else.
saying that either. I'm not
Fake-
saying that either. What I'm
fake
saying
news.
is,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying he shouldn't have to just sit there and take it.
Well, okay,
nobody should have to
But
just
don't you
sit
think
there and take it.
don't you think there are better channels than tweeting ridiculous things?
Absolutely.
Like sticking the CNN
more
logo
like-
on somebody's
Yeah,
head?
absolutely. But here's the thing.
Wait.
Or
Here's
more
the
like
thing.
there's better things he should be doing.
Exactly.
Than
Well, see, that's what
replying
I was
to
actually
some
gonna
troll.
say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He is doing other things, if not him directly, his
Is
administration. Yes, nobody likes the things they're doing, and that's the problem, because CNN's too busy reporting on the bullcrap tweets that he's doing to actually talk about his policies that have been executed.
I don't see how he could be doing other things when he's responding to all of
You
these
need
tweets.
to go look. I mean, everybody's complaining. When's the last time?
I know
you,
Mitch McConnell and the rest of the Republicans are trying to do stuff, but I'm not really sure Trump is doing anything besides responding
the
to
healthcare
tweets.
issue way up at the top, which they should, because that was like one of his main things.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's talking about his disassembly of the education department, the environmental EPA.
Well,
and
people
all
are
that
definitely
stuff.
talking about
But
that.
why isn't CNN talking about it? For somebody who is always yelling about how bad his policies are, why are you talking about his tweets? That should tell you something. They don't really care.
So now we're back to the fake journalism thing.
Exactly. So
Interesting.
their reporting on is exactly what he's talking about them doing. It's not the news.
All right. Well, we got to go and take a break. Just a reminder that this is live, and you can get in on this conversation. You can either shoot us something.
No, don't shoot us. Please use some different vocabulary.
All right. You can.
We just had a conversation about
send
Trump.
Us,
That can go sideways real quick.
you can send us a message. Fluker, why don't you let us know how they can contact us?
You can try us at our not voice message. You can try
call
calling
us.
us.
No. Right now we're talking about the social media, not the old fashioned, not the old man's phone line.
Or you can hit us up with a message on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Mixified.
All right. And as Todd was alluding to over here, you want to give him the telephone number too, Todd? Why don't you go ahead and give him the phone number?
Well, I might as well.
Yeah.
It's 951-356-6882.
That's
Give us a
it.
call.
951-356-6882. This is Around Midnight with the Local Boys, and we'll be back right after this. All right, it is around midnight.
So that time you forgot to bring up your own.
Something like that. It is around
Probably
midnight,
should stop calling out here.
right here with the Local Boys.
I probably should stop interrupting you.
Yeah, you should, but you know. And we're still coming to you
I
from
won't do it
that
anymore. I'm
top
not gonna
secret
interrupt you
building. No, of course, you're never going to do that. We're still coming to you from that top secret location at Area 50-something. And I like the way Todd keeps smirking every time I say that. I'm not sure. It takes him a couple seconds to register that, but Again, don't forget to follow us, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, shoot us a line. No, sorry, I used that word again. Drop us a line. CJ gets very nervous anytime
man,
somebody uses the word shoot.
Don't shoot anything.
Because I'm the one that's
okay?
going to make the most people angry. I'm going to be the first one they shoot at.
Well, why do you always try to be so antagonistic?
I'm just saying. I'm calling it like it is.
Before we get too far out of this, I
Uh-huh.
think we actually got a couple comments on the YouTube stream.
Hey, all right, let's hear them.
We got something from somebody called D Sugar Coplin Easley.
Uh-oh.
She had a few.
Are we doing the background
think-
check on these names, by the way, before we head out?
I know.
I believe it's a she.
Okay, all right, just
The little
checking.
profile
Sugar
picture.
is a she.
Seeing
Looks
as how
like-
Chevelle
looks like
likes
a
to
lady.
vet everything before
Sugar
we...
is definitely a she.
I don't know. It says D Sugar, so I was
Yeah,
like,
hey.
is that just a username?
I'm telling you,
or is it just an
Sugar's a she.
abbreviation?
Okay, so anyway,
All right,
what's
all
the
right.
comment?
Anyway, she had a couple things. She just wanted to say congratulations at the top.
Who?
Thank you.
Chevelle and Friends. You know, you can't wait.
Oh, I like that name for the show.
And then she said there was a $10,000 reward for a missing child missing from Disneyland.
Huh.
I guess she was
Very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want to
I
hear
think
it.
I'm making this stuff
I think
up.
we skipped that topic too quick. I don't know. Maybe we need to do, or maybe we need to come back next week and actually do some research.
So we need to start checking all the donkeys everywhere to make sure that the little boy didn't get turned into a donkey.
Is that a Disney reference?
Yes, Pinocchio. Again,
Oh.
we're back to Pinocchio.
Oh, I knew that. I was just making sure you're paying attention.
Wow.
And they got eaten by a whale or something.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
Yeah.
And then
on
there
his
was-
way to Damascus.
Okay. Okay.
And then there was one more saying about Trump. Apparently,
Ah.
he's a magician. He keeps you distracted with his tweets while he's pulling rabbit out of his hat.
Interesting. This is all from Sugar?
Yeah.
Every one of these. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Sugar. We appreciate your comments. As you see, we do actually make an attempt to read them on the air, and we'd like to hear from you out there as well. And Sugar, you feel free to write back to us anytime, too. And don't forget about the telephone number, 951-356-6882. And you can talk to us live. We'll
Shoot
actually
us a
put you on
call.
the air. Oh, there you go. Shoot us a call.
don't shoot us a call.
Shoot CJ a call. I mean, never mind.
Seriously?
A call.
You guys are killing me here. Like literally.
Literally.
killing me here.
Great. Now I need that soundbite, too. Where's Larry? You're killing me. Anyway.
you gotta do a mashup.
Yeah, that'd be good, huh? Okay, so North Korea. Since we're on political subjects now, we
jeez.
got to bring North Korea into this. What do you think about them actually sitting there, and whose fault is it that they've gotten to the point now where they've launched an intermediate range ICBM that is technically capable of hitting a U.S. It's technically capable of hitting U.S. soil now. It can actually get to Alaska. I don't know that there's anybody in Alaska, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Kudos, North Korea. Way to step up your game.
Is that like a?
So, of course, Trump is blaming
A threat?
Obama, as always, you know, for not doing any, for drawing the red line and not doing anything about it.
I mean,
Is that a direct quote?
I think at some point it was a direct quote.
Is this like the pot calling the kettle black?
Dude, don't say that when you're
You
talking
had
about
to
Obama.
use that one. Seriously?
Come on, man. Ah, yeah.
How many nukes does America have?
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, there's not. We can't have enough.
I don't know, man. You can only blow up
apparently,
the planet so many times.
We need one more because we need to take this one from them and
No.
add it to our stockpile.
We don't want to. Oh, yeah, we should take it from them. I like that. You know, now we're at this point where if we try to intervene, he's insane enough to actually try something. And what really concerns me is that Putin is likely to dive in and try and help them out.
Why do you think that?
Just because if
Just
and,
F
and I
with
hate
us?
to, I hate to say this.
If you
I
say
hate to
something
use
about
this
a pot
I was
calling
gonna,
the kettles-
I was gonna say if we say it's white, he's gonna say it's black.
Seriously?
I
If this
mean,
mic wasn't attached, I'd drop it.
Oh yeah, I believe it. You know, so yeah, seriously, I think he's that kind of antagonist. He's like, oh my God, Chevelle is Putin.
I've been eating a lot of beans lately. Why are you laughing? I'm
Oh.
serious.
Go. I just been using my head like you said.
You're the beast boy.
I don't like it.
It hurts.
we got another comment. Your sister hopped on. Aaron.
Oh, boy.
Aaron Devine says hello.
She talking about Putin?
Hi, Aaron.
Yeah, she says Chevelle definitely is Putin. She says that right here.
Ah.
She says he be Putin up the bathroom.
Oh.
Wow.
Now I know.
the Ebonics.
I know what one we're missing.
Don't look over
I
here.
know what soundbite we're missing.
It definitely says that.
We don't have.
guy.
We don't have the rim shot. That's the one I forgot to find for us. But anyway, so yeah.
Yeah,
so
but it's true. I do that.
North Korea is now technically capable of hitting the U.S., and they're not satisfied with that, by the way. They're going to keep pushing until they can get to the mainland. They want to hit the West Coast.
Yeah, and they're gonna. I believe that.
I mean,
and I'll tell you why. It's because Trump sees like, oh, Obama didn't do this. Obama. What are you gonna do?
I know. At
Because
this
you
point,
said it. And you said it.
yeah, at this point,
If you
what
do
can you
anything,
do?
They're gonna act.
And Trump was trying to put pressure on China to do something because right now he's actually, North Korea is actually a threat to China. But China has such strong trade ties with North Korea. They seem to not be very concerned about any kind of mutually assured destruction.
And here's the problem. It's not a problem that you can get rid of by having anybody else apply pressure. Because when you look at these countries like Iran and North Korea, which is, the two big ones, they're basically all surrounded by their enemies, which are much bigger than them, have more resources militarily than they do, which is why they engage in terrorist warfare. In the case of North Korea, he's just a quackpot. But you telling them stop is not going to encourage you. No, he's kind of crazy. They see it as defending themselves. We see it as aggression, but it's really easy to say that when you've got the largest nuclear stockpile on the planet.
Well, see, and again, our hands are tied.
Our concern is that they don't have the same restraint we do, which if you look at America's military policies, is not all that restrained.
I have some information from the Mixified R&D department.
All right.
That America has over 31,200 warheads.
Yeah. That's got to be at least one for every
And
country.
yet I believe the Russians have even more, don't they?
They'll never say.
Yeah,
and they're supposed. Both countries.
They
are
don't know
supposed
where
to
they are.
decommission a
They
bunch
just don't
of
know.
them.
They don't know who's in control of them anymore, but they had more than we did. But see, now, again, if we try to stage any kind of a military intervention with North Korea at this point, we're going to take off two people. The Russians, who are just looking for a reason to get into a fight with us anyway, and the Chinese because of their trade relations with North Korea. If we suddenly wipe North Korea off the map, that's a major blow, economically speaking, to the Chinese.
I don't know that it is, because China's largest trade partner is the U.S. So
But
theoretically, there should be some leverage there, but basically China owns the U.S., so that leverage is long gone. But it's like I'm saying, the only way you could end this would be to take out the country. That's the only way. You can't stop it any other way. So until you get somebody crazy enough, Trump, to do that,
I don't see him doing it. I don't see him actually trying anything. I think he's a lot of talk.
I think all presidents have tried. I do know that we have had military in North Korean soil trying to do covert ops and all that other kind of stuff. Can't say what the success rate is. You had that situation where they killed that college kid. Was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
For graffiti.
No. He tried to take down a political banner, and then
what do they call it? Vandalism.
Vandalism. Yeah.
I always think graffiti when I hear vandalism. So anytime they see any Americans on North Korean soil, it's going to be an issue, especially now.
Yeah. Well. So basically, we're shafted.
Yeah.
I think that's the long and the short of it.
It's either all in or back off.
Okay.
There's no middle ground on that. You don't go in there and start rattling your sabers.
And speaking of rattling sabers, all of that talk by the Republicans about repeal and replace, and then they went to, we don't have a replacement, let's just repeal it, and now they're realizing they can't do either of those things on their own. They just don't have the votes. So now they're coming hat in hand to the Democrats and saying, look, we really think this is bad. Would you help us to change it? And this seems to be the one place where the Democrats are actually beginning to wake up and realize that they've sort of put their foot into a lot of things already. And so they're kind of taking a hands-off approach. It almost seems like they're taking a step back to watch the Republicans hang themselves on this whole healthcare reform issue. Because I think the Democratic approach is, no matter how bad all the stuff we've done is, when you guys finish pulling off this mess, it's going to look worse.
And I have a problem with that.
Okay.
That's
Let's hear it.
Cowardly to me. I would prefer, I didn't vote either party.
Okay.
And the reason is because neither one of them do the stuff they're going to do. Trump has actually been the exception. He's done everything he said he was going to do.
It might not necessarily be a good idea,
I never
but
said
he's
it
done
was a good idea, but he's done it, and I respect that. I don't know that it's smart for the Democrats to just sit and wait because people are literally suffering as a result of
And
these
yet
policies.
most of the people see that if they repeal Obamacare, they're going to suffer more. That's where the Republicans and the
I don't
Democrats
know.
don't see eye to eye. The Republicans are pushing forward thinking that they're going to help everybody, but when you look at most of the constituency, at least here on the West Coast, they're very, very concerned that when this gets repealed, it's just going to put a lot of people back to where we were before Obamacare in the first place. No health care.
You guys already know my position on
Yeah,
this.
we know we discussed that last week, but this just keeps coming up over and over again, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
Because they won't put together a real solution.
I
They're
do-
not serious about this.
Well, no, they're serious about
no,
trying to
they're
repeal.
not. They're not serious about fixing health care.
Well,
they're serious about politics.
No, they're serious about saving money
No, they're
for
serious
themselves.
about politics. It's not even about saving money because this policy is not saving anybody any money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they repeal it and they don't have to provide health care for anybody, then they're saving money, at least
I
out
don't
of the
think
federal
they will.
government's pockets.
It's going to come from somewhere. The money's always going to come from somewhere. The question is should not be, it should never be, how do we save money? It should be, what is the best use of the money? And nobody wants to ask that question.
Well, nobody wants to ask that question because that means that they have to stop lining their own pockets. I mean, most of these
and that's the
politicians have made a career out of being politicians, and it isn't
is why
about serving the public's best
Hillary
interest.
lost.
It's about, hey, I've got a job that pays me a lot of money, and then I get to go sit on a beach that nobody else can go to because we closed it down for lack of money.
And they have better health care.
Yeah, that too.
why
And
Hillary
so,
lost.
if you've got an
Hillary
opinion
lost.
on that one, yep.
She lost.
If you've got an opinion,
Deal with it. Accept it.
Give us a call.
Donald Trump
write
is
in,
your president.
do something.
Embrace Donald.
951-356-6882. Hey, by the way, are we sure that phone is actually working?
This is
Whose
what you
face
call.
are you rubbing that in?
I don't know.
You're really rubbing it in
yeah, I know he
someone's
does keep
face.
talking about that Hillary lost thing. I'm not
She
not
lost.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who is it that you're trying to?
Yeah, you're like,
Nobody
take,
in particular.
take
no,
it-
there's got to be somebody.
No, there's not.
take it all, Hillary.
All right.
Your face, Hillary.
Yeah. Okay. I still
No,
think he's.
Democrats dug their own grave. They did it.
Yeah,
They
no
did it to
question about that.
themselves.
No question about that. All right, we're gonna be taking another break here, but when we come back, we're gonna be talking about an interesting survey, it was basically a survey that was done very recently about parents and favoritism. So parents here in the room, and let me ask. I'm gonna put this to you. I want you guys to think about this. When we come back, we'll discuss it. But do you have a favorite child?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. You don't count. But we'll be back right here on Around Midnight. We'll be back after this. Give us a call. 951-356-6882. The phone line is open. So give us a call.
The one phone
The
line.
one
We
phone
can't
line.
even fill up the one line.
Whoa. What? Don't tell them that. We got production value up in here. We got a bank of phones.
It's Around Midnight with the local boys.
I like this guy. A funny guy.
All right, we're back right here on Around Midnight with the local boys. You got myself, Joe Carbonetta. Why are you pointing? You're totally pointing. CJ Devine right over here, and
He was-
Todd Fluker.
You said who it was, so he was pointing at you.
I see. Thank you. I appreciate that. No, it took me a couple of seconds to realize what he was doing.
You
Totally.
nailing
I
I
was
didn't
slow on the
talk
uptake
that
there.
time, and you
And
guys.
then,
I
he
know.
then he was going to go down and point at the number.
I was
right
really, I was
here.
slow on the uptake.
No.
951-356-6882. That is the number to. If you would like to Give us your opinion. Join in on our conversation this evening. And of course, you can post to us at Twitter. You can post to us on Facebook.
Yeah, we got some nice
I don't think we've
YouTube
given out the
comments.
Twitter.
We do have more YouTube comments. Oh, all right. Let's hear the YouTube comments.
We got one from Ralph RDM. He says, good work bringing back the shows, guys. He misses Jeff.
Ouch. Really?
And then he says,
Bye-bye.
up with hope, down with dope.
Wow. Okay. Well, no, that's all right. I'll go down. I'm still reeling about the Jeff thing, but the rest of it's okay.
What? He was on the show last week. You can't miss him that much. He was just here.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Going back and watch, because you can go back in the archives, right?
About that,
Yeah.
what had happened?
Uh-oh.
We're working on that.
The archive disappeared? Are you saying it was replaced by the current show?
The thing about it was that there was with the.
I mean,
and then- Yeah.
You
so-
were talking about uploading that to YouTube, but
Yeah,
you could still go back on Facebook and look at our old stream from
Yeah,
last
it's
week.
still up.
Right. But so what about our new stream? Does that mean it's well, no,
So
it
this
should,
one,
it'll
yeah,
permanently be on YouTube, won't it? People can go to YouTube now and
yeah.
okay, but you'll have to look for us now because there won't just be a well, you know what we'll do is we'll put
No,
up
you
a
can- you
link
can find it. It's
to the YouTube show on the Facebook page so that if you come to the Around Midnight page or tomorrow or the day after, you'll be able to get over. It'll link you to the YouTube page. That's what we're going to do. That sounds like a good idea, right, guys?
Yeah. That's
I'm
a
sorry,
plan.
what? I was
All
totally
right.
not listening.
Yeah, I know. You're never listening.
That's
So,
totes a plan.
favoritism and parenting. This kind of builds off the subject, the conversation that we had last week about life after parenthood or life after having kids, basically.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that because it's not like you got rid of your kids. They're not gone. they're not out of the nest yet. We've got a long way to go before we hit that point. But as it turns out, parents, when they're by themselves, are more apt to admit that they actually do have a favorite child.
Oh, so not when they're right in front of the child?
No, of course they're never going to say that in front of a child.
I don't know. I might do that.
I think that goes without saying that the child obviously isn't going to be there.
All right, so here's a question, and I'm really interested in your answer to this one, Todd, because you're a twin. All right, but do you feel like your parents had a favorite between you and your brother?
Oh, yeah, I was the youngest, so I was obviously
Well,
the
wait.
favorite.
You're the youngest by what? A couple of seconds? I mean, how does that work when you're a twin?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Okay. All
Plus,
right.
I was better at everything.
Yeah.
Dang.
All-star softball player over here, man.
All right. And CJ, you had 2 siblings of your own. What about you?
3.
3 siblings of your own. Okay.
Yeah, and we got a nice comment from Erin again. She says she's pretty sure she's the favorite.
I'm pretty sure she's not.
So who do you think was the favorite?
Oh, me for sure.
I
you
guess
think
he
you were the
would
favorite.
say that.
I'm feeling
Come
left out here.
on.
I had
And
one
you,
sibling.
Joe, yeah, you had multiple
I
siblings.
had one sibling growing up. I do have other siblings now, but I had one sibling growing up, and I honestly don't think, my opinion, I believe that my sibling is a sister, by the way. I believe my sister would have a different response. I don't think there was an actual favorite. I think my sister would think otherwise.
She would say it's you? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, probably.
She would probably be right, Joe.
I
But
don't-
because you were getting all the love and attention, you didn't notice.
No,
You're
I
like,
I don't
"Oh,
think
yeah,
I was a
they're-
favorite. I really
Oh,
don't.
yeah. They love you too, Nick.
Yeah, it's totally even.
Everything's fine.
So in this study, as it turns out, by the way, so do you think that there is favoritism? Why don't you call us or write it or something? We actually did hear from Aaron, and Aaron, thank you for your comment. We appreciate that. Apparently, Chevelle differs with your opinion.
It's not her fault she's wrong.
Yeah, but don't feel bad because he'll differ with anybody's opinion.
I think
I
Chevelle's
don't
mom.
think that I would differ with anybody's opinion,
Chevelle's
Joe.
mom's on Facebook. Let's see if we can get her on there.
Now there we go.
Go on,
Did
Aaron.
she have a
I think
favorite?
she's building a sandcastle.
Aaron, go ahead and ping her and get her on here.
Yeah,
get her on the
that's it.
stream.
Yeah, have her like the page while you're at it. Please
you gotta
like
pay.
our page.
Okay, well, this I can say with absolute certainty.
Okay.
I am the favorite son.
You're the only son.
Shut up, Todd.
Okay. So
So,
here's the statistic.
Technically true.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's the statistic, all right? As it turns out, 70%, and this number surprised me, 70% of fathers would admit to having a favorite child. But what was even more amazing to me is 74% of mothers admit to having a favorite child. So now here's a question for you: Are more guys lying, or are we just better at being indifferent?
I'm definitely better at being indifferent.
It's better you say it this time than me.
Okay, all right.
You really gonna make me sit here and call women liars, Joe?
See now. Yeah, no. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna,
I dare you. I triple dog dare you.
Look. All right.
Stop
Okay.
getting too rough for me.
All right. Okay. All right. All right.
Wait.
I think that.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
I think women are more likely to lie to the children about having a favorite. Because they clearly do. They clearly do.
Okay.
I mean, it's only natural to have
my
a
kid asked
favorite.
me-
Is it?
Right?
I don't know that. I don't really know that I have a favorite because they're just different. You know.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that. They want to be the favorite.
I have 2 kids. I do not have a favorite.
I don't think I have a favorite. I don't think I have a favorite.
I was reading one of those crunchy granola parenting books.
I'm sorry. What?
You know, it was one of those hippie books talking about talk to your kids and stuff.
Is that what we call them? Crunchy granola parenting?
Yeah, come on, that's what those hippies are all
Crunchy
about, right?
granola.
Yeah, one of those yoga parenting.
Wasn't that a
books.
Neil Diamond tune?
Yeah, and it was saying you shouldn't try to love your children equally. You should let them know that they're unique and love them uniquely.
You know what? I'm going to let you know right now that crap does not work. I'm just going to let you know right now. And it really does depend on the child. But you're going to have a child, and it may not even be because the parent actually favors the other sibling. It's just that because the children are different, they're not going to be disciplined the same. They're not going to be talked to the same. And if there's a difference in gender, they're not going to be treated the same for various
That's totally
reasons.
true.
And
And you know-
children will always perceive inequity in almost anything.
I was trying to look at this from my kid's point of view last evening when I was reading the research on this particular survey or study. And I wanted to ask myself, if I were one of my children, what would they say? Would they be inclined to think that one of them was a favorite?
The boy.
Again, I was going to say, no, yeah, and I have a boy and a girl, by the way. The boy is the older one, and the girl is a little bit younger. And I don't think my son would see me as having a favorite. I think my daughter
Of course
would.
he wouldn't.
Now, I think my daughter would.
And I think that speaks to the difference between men and women. As much as people try to do away with the differences, there's some people that will accept that. But I think there's a lot that's been distorted by the whole gender equality type thing.
Well,
men and women respond differently to different things.
but see, here's the thing that I was thinking. If I look at that situation and building a little bit on what you said too, my son and I have a different rapport than my daughter and I do.
Exactly.
And part of that is because we're both guys and we kind of do guy things. We have guy
Why
thoughts
don't
and
you
guy
do
tendencies.
guy things with your daughter?
I actually do, as a matter of fact. But here's the other thing.
Does she pee standing up?
Not hopefully not. No, I try to stop her from doing that kind of stuff. That always ends in a big
I
mess.
think we got a YouTube commenter who says, I think they're in the same boat as you, Joe. He says, oh, yeah, my sister was the favorite for sure.
Oh, really?
So I think maybe it's one of those situations where he's, kind of, you don't know what she would say in that situation.
And then outside of the gender bias, it also depends on what type of parent, because sometimes parents just don't relate to their kids, so they're naturally going to want to do things with somebody that wants to do the same things.
Yeah.
So if that child wants to do the same things,
All right. Well,
There you
so
go.
let me finish what I was going to say though. The other thing about it is that my son and I have more of a rapport than my daughter and I, because my son's been around for 3 more years than my daughter.
yeah.
Is that a fancy word for penis?
What did he say?
No, Todd, that is not what that is.
What the hell are you talking about?
Those are my favorite sound bites right there.
well,
That's producer Swift.
Like with my kids are 6 years apart. So the 3-year-old's getting 3-year-old type of attention, which is a lot of attention.
Uh-huh.
And the 9-year-old sees that as favoritism.
Really?
And it's not. I'm like, if you want me to put you in bed and you want me to talk real nice and gentle to you and you don't want to stay up and listen to the radio when you want to and you don't want to play games when you want to, that's fine. I'll treat you like a 3-year-old.
Uh-huh.
But if you want to be a 9-year-old, suck it up and be a 9-year-old.
Yeah, that's the other thing about being a kid. They want the adult responsibilities. They still want the
Yeah.
child attention.
And I think me and my kids have an awesome
Hey,
relationship.
Chevelle, that's cold.
See, Fluker,
Look, I'm
Fluker
not-
has no
here's the
concept
thing.
because you only have one child. You have no concept.
She's definitely my favorite. And Ralph says, I think he's talking about Chevelle. He says someone should uppercut that guy into a bowl of punch.
Oh, wow. Again,
This town's getting too rough for me.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I'm actually kind of
talking-
thirsty. That sounds pretty good right now.
Talking
Actually.
smack about your 9-year-old. Come on.
No, I mean, it's
the
not
kid
that.
can't
It's-
get some attention.
Well, and the thing is, he had all of the attention for 6 solid years. So when
yeah, so that's what he's used to.
yeah, so when the youngest one came in, that stopped.
uh,
At least it stopped primarily from the mother, because the mother literally has to spend every waking moment with the infant. Like, there's things that she can do with the child that I can't. I can't breastfeed. It's not genetically possible at this point in time.
In the crunchy granola.
I don't know. I've heard people. Never mind.
Yeah,
That's a-
never mind.
My crunchy granola book said something about children being jealous of one another.
Yeah.
Well, see, and that's one of the things that you know, we got to continue this discussion when we come back from the break.
Well,
but
let me just throw out my crunchy granola tip for the day. Just teach your kids to be confident with who they are. Don't try to compare them and all that other stuff. Just,
I'm trying to
Tell 'em to-
imagine
tell 'em
the
to suck it up.
emotional damage that's done to a child who thinks that his older sibling or other sibling or whatever it is, he or she thinks that the other child is the favorite. I mean, these people and
it affects them for the rest
let's
of their
flip this
lives.
to the other side too. Imagine if you think you're the favorite, don't you then have this massive guilt trip going on you because
No.
No, you don't think so. Huh?
Not at all.
Interesting. All right, well, we'll come back.
Love it.
We'll come back right after the break. We'll talk about this a little bit more. We got some more things to talk about. 951-356-6882. That's the number. Give us a call. This is Around Midnight, the new Around Midnight with the local boys. Around Midnight, right here with the local boys. I am Joe Carbonetta. CJ, you know what? He used to go
You
by.
have got to get through one of these open.
He used to go by DJ CJD. That was back in the day, and that one
Yeah,
still
you can
throws
actually
me
still
because
find me on SoundCloud as DJ CJD.
5 years I called him DJ CJD on the air, and now I got to just call him CJD.
just call me
and
CJ.
Todd Fluker.
Actually, you can
back
call
here-
me Sir.
No, not gonna happen. Todd Fluker is back here, the director of social media. He's the guy you're gonna talk to if you talk to us. So please talk to us, because Todd is lonely back there.
And our friend D Sugar chimes in. She says moms definitely have favorites,
Yep.
just like kids have favorite parents.
Ooh. Huh.
Very
your
good.
face.
Think about that.
That's true. I'm sure it is true, as a matter of fact. And if you ask me who my kids like more, myself or my wife, it's gonna be my wife.
I can't say I blame him.
No question about that one.
Yeah, that's why I wonder, because I mean, I have to
You're
go.
kind of a curmudgeon.
No, because you know what? Here's the thing. Oh, go ahead, Todd.
Yeah,
didn't
I
mean
gotta
cut you
go to
off.
work, so yeah, my kid's only 2 and change right now, so she spends all day every day with mom.
I think, see, and that, now my kids are older than yours, that is, and I think it's a completely different. It's because when my kids run around after after being told not to do something, and then they fall and they get hurt, and they come and go, and they're all doing that whole bit.
Then you backhand them for not listening.
No. Their knees
Wait,
all
you don't
scraped up.
backhand them?
Mom is
that
going to
what I'm
pick
doing
them
wrong?
up.
That's
and-
a pretty integral part
and
of parenting.
Blow, you clean up the whole wound and
Won't
put
find that in your
the
granola
fancy
book.
little Band-Aid on it and blow on it after they put the antibiotic cream or whatever and tell them it's okay. And Dad's going to be like, you see? Did you learn something? I told you not to do that, didn't I?
If you really want them to learn, you don't put the antibiotic cream. They'll really learn.
No, I'm not that evil.
They get the polio.
But I'm going to be like, okay, here's a Band-Aid. Suck it up. Get back out
not
there
even
and
bacteria.
don't do it next time. That's the difference. That's why moms are always the favorite.
Among other reasons.
I don't know, man.
You know, they're nice.
But also that changes over the course of a child's life. They might start off liking mom, then they gravitate to dad, then they go back to mom, depending on where they are in
So
their
you're
growth.
saying kids are wishy-washy.
Oh yeah, I mean all people are. All people have stages
No,
in
I've-
every
I've-
relationship they have where they
I've
their
never really
opinions
liked
ways.
you. I mean, that's never changed.
But you've had different feelings about. You've had different levels of animosity.
Different levels of
Yes.
animosity.
It has been cordial to just plain hostile.
Ah, okay.
Leaning a little toward hostile right now.
Is that you think so? Okay. All right. So moving on, we had this up on the website all day today.
On the Facebook.
On the Facebook site. Yeah, that's right. There is a theory now, and you can catch this program this Sunday night. I believe it's going to be on the History Channel. You're going to have to maybe double check me on that, but I believe it's going to be on the History Channel. That they think they have found after all these years.
Whoa!
Amelia Earhart.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Oh, wait. There we go. Breaking news.
I mean, you should have done that before you said your thing.
Yeah, it's not even news anymore, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to come in with something.
Can you play it in reverse?
I'm totally... No, I wish I could. I'm totally...
That's breaking news to me. Amelia Earhart?
I wonder... Wait, can I? No, I can't do that in reverse.
Wasn't she in the Temptations?
Wait, wasn't she the original Catwoman on Batman 66? Anyway, Aaron Devine chimed in
Me and my
on
brain don't get along. He's always getting me in trouble.
Aaron Devine chimed in on the YouTube chat saying, "Yeah, backhand kids 2017. That's the motto." Or
I thought she was going to say hashtag backhand kids 2017.
or hashtag no more leashes on little babies 2017.
Oh my God! You know what? It is so strange because you're putting leashes on children and you're putting dogs in baby carriages.
Those are the people that elected Donald Trump.
No.
Yes.
Those are the people that elected Hillary.
I don't think
If
so.
you're babying your dog that much, you're a Hillary voter. Trump voters,
Dang.
leave the dog out in the yard. If that dog's not out fending for its own food, it ain't getting nothing to eat.
Yeah, you and I are just going to have to agree to disagree on this
man.
one.
I'm sorry.
Look at your dog.
What about my
Who
dog?
did you vote for?
I don't put my dog I don't put my dog in a baby carriage. My dog's a dog.
What do you expect
Your dog is not a
and
dog.
I did not vote for Trump, by the way.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. The people that put their
Trump
kids
voter
on
dogs
leashes
don't
wait,
fit
put the
in
dog
carriages.
put the
Let's not
dog in
get
the
too
carriage.
far.
That's a Trump voter right there.
Trump
Wait.
is a way to sabotage any conversation.
Yeah, we're getting off topic here.
Yeah, so Amelia Earhart. Okay,
Wait,
so
what do you expect your dog to go get
whatever it can find
in the backyard?
Look, like
of-
I don't understand why people have
of a
cats
s-
anymore.
of a
Cats
San
are
Gabriel
supposed to
Valley
catch
home?
mice, fend off the stray pigeons, and all sorts of stuff. You got to go buy fancy cat foods, and you got to give them a little indoor dirt pile.
seriously, this is a topic for next week's show: dogs and
just
dogs versus
saying.
cat lovers. I'm going to
People
make
are
a note
loving
of
their
that right
animals
now,
too much,
and we
and
can
they're
talk
letting their
about that
kids run
next Friday
around
night.
like
So
wild
next
animals.
Friday night, join us, and it's going to be dog lovers versus cat lovers. Okay,
Versus
that's gonna be really-
parents.
yeah, versus parents. Okay, but so Amelia Earhart, they think they might have actually found her. They think that her plane actually crashed somewhere in a bunch of atolls in near the Japanese
What did
islands.
you call me?
What? Ugh. Anyway, and that she was captured by the Japanese and
Hashtag
held
atoll.
at Saipan until she died.
So she doesn't just disappear.
No,
She
no.
was
she
actually
did
somewhere.
disappear.
There's actually a photograph that was found in the National Archive. See, there's a whole conspiracy theory, and Chevelle loves the conspiracy theories,
I
that
believe
the
it.
U.S. government actually did know what happened to her all these years, but never said anything because the photograph was taken by a U.S. spy. This took place in 1937, prior to our involvement in World War II.
You didn't want to have to pull that yarn.
See, and here's the
Like,
thing.
where'd you get this picture?
The Japanese had already banished all Westerners from anywhere inside Japan. And then here comes Amelia Earhart, blown off course, running out of fuel, ditches in the ocean. The Japanese accuse her of being a spy. This is the theory. The Japanese accuse her of being a spy.
Which she might have been.
They take her and incarcerate her. They confiscate what's left of her aircraft, and she's never heard from again. The Japanese government, of course, denies any of this ever happened. But here's where it gets really good. Almost since the day she went missing, Japanese school children in the area at the time, and this was I got to check my notes on this
30s.
one. No, it was in 1937, yes, but at the atoll, I have to double check my notes on this, was Jaluit.
If he keeps calling me that, it's going to be a
yeah,
fight.
he's gonna let that happen.
The Jaluit atolls. There are school children there who said that they saw her plane go down. They saw the Japanese government get it and get her and her co-pilot and take them to the island.
She had a co-pilot.
She had a co-pilot.
That is so messed up. I have never heard this person's name mentioned.
Oh yeah, she had
Everything's about Amelia. Ooh, Amelia.
that's because that's a co-pilot was a guy. That's why. So
Yeah.
he's like he's
some dude.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what they think happened to her, that she was actually taken prisoner. Now, of course, again, the Japanese government denies the whole thing. They say they know nothing about it, that she was never there. Yeah, they completely say that these school children were mistaken. You know, they were school children. Who trusts kids, right? You know, what do they know?
Yeah.
And so anyway, yeah, there's only this photograph of her, and actually she has her back to the camera in the photograph, but they've had photographic analysts look at it, and she's clearly Caucasian when they know there weren't supposed to be any Caucasians there in the Japanese islands anymore. They'd already been kicked out. Her build is exactly like that of Amelia Earhart, and the co-pilot's in the photograph too, also clearly Caucasian, and his hairline and his nose match up, according to these experts, identically with what this co-pilot looked like. So the evidence is mounting. They have also found some small pieces of airplane wreckage in that area of the Japanese atolls, but they have no identifying markings. So they've always been assumed to be attributed to her aircraft, but again, no concrete evidence.
That's crazy.
What do you think there? Conspiracy theory?
I think it makes perfect sense, actually, that the U.S. would have known about it and not said anything. It makes perfect sense, just like we'd never actually been to the moon. What? You don't tell me you believe that, do
Again,
you?
another topic for another show. Yes, I do believe we went to the moon.
Okay, I mean, if you
Todd?
believe in fairy tales.
That's interesting that people. I mean, how did this information come to light all of a sudden?
Well, apparently somebody was thumbing through the National Archive and found this photograph, and that's what brought this whole thing. You know, the
WikiLeaks.
story has been around for a long period of time. In fact, in the 80s, there were some commemorative postage stamps that seemed to allude to this very scenario. But it isn't until
that's the
this.
one with that plane upside down.
Yeah, that's the one.
What?
That's Amelia Earhart crashing.
Oh, wow.
Or was that Harrison Ford?
Yo, yo, yo! What's for breakfast?
Oh, yeah.
Again with the Harrison Ford.
So Harrison Ford was her co-pilot?
That's such an easy.
No, that
joke.
was
I missed
Chewbacca.
that one.
Chewbacca was the co-pilot.
So we got a comment from D Sugar chiming in. Ooh, she's still on this.
I can't believe D Sugar stayed with us this long.
she's
Thank
on-
you.
Still on the parents thing. She
Uh-oh.
says, "Not always moms are the favorite. My dad was my favorite from the time I entered the world."
Well, you know what? I want to know if you can. We've got like 2 minutes left. If you can tell us in 2 minutes, get back to us. Why was he the favorite? I'm kind of curious.
Because dads are awesome.
Well, I'm not going to dispute that, but I'm wondering why D Sugar thinks that her dad was
Because
the
moms
favorite.
aren't.
Because then she commented, maybe we should save this one for next week with our chat. But she said she saw a guy. I guess when we mentioned dogs being snuggled, that she saw a guy that had a dog in a snuggle bun. I guess that's one of those baby holders.
Yeah.
Across his chest. Too funny. He said it was to practice for when his wife would have a baby.
That's doing too much, man.
You gotta have a
Didn't-
pet before
that
you have a
is doing-
baby,
Didn't
right?
they
No,
used to
you
do
don't
that-
have to have a pet before you have a baby.
Didn't we do that with eggs back in home economics?
What's a home ec?
What? Yeah, what are you talking about? Did you actually have to do that?
Yes.
If I had an egg in home ec, it was getting scrambled with a side of bacon.
And that explains your kids.
Yeah, it kind of does, yeah.
Okay. All right. Did any chance
And
that
Aaron has a comment about the Amelia Earhart thing.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad
Says,
to
you know all whites look alike. Come on, guys.
Oh.
I mean, hey.
Wow.
Totally inappropriate.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Totally
So the bar's just closed, I guess. All right.
Yeah, that could have been anybody.
Sure,
Heck, that might have been Harrison
D
Ford.
Sugar didn't get back to us. She didn't shoot back a response as to why her dad. Maybe she'll get back to us next week because I'd still like to know why her dad was her favorite. But yeah, I guess that's it. I think we're pretty much out of time on this abbreviated
bit of-
version.
Well, Aaron chimes in. She says your dad is your buddy. He says he occasionally checks you, but they're still cool.
And moms?
You know.
Totally not your buddy. I love my mom. I love my mom dearly. I really do.
She says dads are the cool side of the pillow.
Where did
I
she
see.
go?
I'm beginning to feel bad. I feel the moms getting kind of like frozen out of this whole
feel like-
situation.
I
yeah,
feel
and
like
you know
the-
what? Moms feel that way, which is part of the reason why they're so angry
I don't
all the
know
time.
about that. I feel like moms get plenty of love.
They get Mother's Day. You know what we get on Father's Day? We get the opportunity to go out and spend our own money on some crap that we don't want.
Dang.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. That's an interesting point of view. I generally try not to spend
How are
any
you
money.
going to take me out to dinner and I'm the one footing the bill?
Here, you know what I want for Father's Day someday? Just to actually be able to sit down and have nobody ask me to fix something. That would be awesome. One day.
Yeah, the last thing I want to do on either Mother's Day or Father's Day is go out. That's a time for have her cook me a nice meal.
Oh, I know we're going to get some comments on that one, but it's time for us to get on out of here. This has been another exciting episode of the new Around Midnight with the Local Boys. Again, July 7th. So we'll see you next Friday night. We'll be live again, and we'll try and put some stuff up on the website across the week to keep you informed. I know Chevelle likes to tell you about his day. He's one of those people that likes to post stuff, just, have an oatmeal for breakfast, that kind of thing.
Breaking news!
Oh, wait, breaking news?
D Sugar says she liked her dad because he read her lots of books and spent lots of quality time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
D Sugar, for letting us know.
All Mom
I
did
will-
was make sure that you were well fed and clothed.
I'm going to take some notes here for my daughter.
Wake you up, feed you breakfast, get you out the door, help you with your homework.
And your laundry. Oh,
do your
wait.
laundry, yeah.
Maybe other people's. All right, stuff.
We'll see you next Friday
You
night.
know, practically nothing.
Until then, keep cool, share the road, and stay mixified, my friends.